Every time you accept a credit card, a piece of that sale never reaches your bank account, but you probably already knew that. What you may not know is where this money actually goes and how much control you actually have over it. If you don't understand this, you're likely overpaying without realizing it. I'm Shanna with ECS Payments. I want to walk you through interchange fees and explain it in the simplest way possible, so you'll be equipped to read your merchant statement, understand your fees, and make the best decisions moving forward for your business. Interchange fees, also known as interchange reimbursement fees, are the base cost for accepting any card transaction, credit or debit. That fee is set by the card networks like Visa and MasterCard and paid to the customer's issuing bank. So when someone pays you, a small portion of that goes to the cardholder's bank. That is non-negotiable. When it comes to payments, there's a lot of hands in the cookie jar. So who's actually benefiting from your transactions other than you, the business owner? There's a lot of players in the game, so let's break it down. Your customer pays you with their credit card, your payment processor routes the payment, the card networks connect everything, and the customer's issuing bank, who gave them the card originally to pay you with, collects an interchange fee. Now here's where things get slightly confusing. Companies like American Express and Discover act as both the issuing bank and the card network. Visa and MasterCard do not. They rely on banks to issue cards from their networks. That's why the issuing banks collect most of the interchange. In most cases, interchange makes up 70 to 90% of your total processing costs. That means the majority of what you're paying is not going to your payment processor. It's going to the issuing bank behind your customer's card. Everything else you pay sits on top of that base cost. There are two main additional pieces. First, your payment processor adds a small markup. That's how they cover their cost of running the transaction and how they make their revenue. Second, credit card networks like Visa and MasterCard charge their own assessment fee for using their infrastructure. They're usually small, but they're still a part of your total cost. So when you're looking at your processing rate, you're not looking at one fee, you're looking at layers stacked together. This total cost is called your effective rate. And if you're trying to lower what you're paying, this is where you need to start. Until you understand what portion is fixed and what's adjustable, you're guessing rather than making informed decisions. Not all transactions cost the same. Interchange varies based on a few key factors: debit versus credit, rewards cards versus standard cards, in-person transactions versus keyed or online transactions, and the industry type of the business. Let me give you a real-life example. If someone uses a debit card in person, your interchange rate might be 0.05% plus 22 cents. If someone uses a rewards credit card online, that transaction can cost you 2.5% plus 10 cents. This is a massive difference on the same sale. The good news is interchange rates are made publicly available, but most people don't realize it or just don't look into them. Visa and MasterCard both publish their full rate tables online, but be careful, these do change up to twice a year. You can search online for Visa and MasterCard rate tables online, and every category is listed on their website. The problem is those charts are complex and not designed for quick understanding. This is why most business owners never look at them and just rely on what their payment processor tells them. Now, let's talk about something that directly affects your bottom line: how you are charged by your merchant account provider or payment processor. You will typically fall into one of two categories: flat rate or interchange plus. Flat rate. This is what you see with providers like Stripe, Square, and PayPal. It's simple, predictable, and easy to understand. But here's the catch. You're paying the same rate for every transaction, regardless of the true interchange cost. So if a transaction truly cost 0.05% at interchange, you're still paying nearly 3%. Interchange plus. This model separates true interchange plus the payment processor's markup. You see exactly what the bank charges and exactly what your payment processor adds on. If your business model runs a lot of low-cost debit transactions, this model can save you a significant amount. Flat rate is not always bad. If your business is just starting out or you have low volume, simplicity can be your best friend. But if your business grows, or if you notice that your customers tend to use lower cost payment methods, flat rate can eat into your margins. This is where many businesses outgrow their initial merchant account provider without realizing it. So what can you actually control? You can't negotiate interchange fees directly, but you can influence how much you pay overall. Here's how. Encourage debit and in-person payments, avoid manual entry whenever possible, settle your batches daily, And go with a merchant account provider that uses transparent pricing or that offers pricing models that best fit your business. Some small adjustments here and there can alter your effective rate more than you realize. The issue isn't that Interchange exists, it's that most businesses cannot see clearly where it shows up on their statement. And if you can't see it, you can't question it. That is where unnecessary fees creep in. Want someone who can actually walk you through your statement and show you what's happening behind the numbers? That's exactly what we do at ECS Payments, because at the end of the day, it's not just about processing transactions. It's about business owners keeping more of the revenue they've already earned. If you have a question, drop it below, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to check out our massive library of informative blog articles at ecspayments.com. Until next time, I'm Shanna with ECS Payments.